Hello, everybody, and welcome in to the Apples and Genos Fantasy Hockey Podcast. My name is Nate Groot Niblink. I'm the creator of Apples and Genos, originator of the Zero G draft strategy, and contributor to Yahoo Fantasy. In this episode, I have assembled the sharpest fantasy hockey minds known to mankind to do a points-only draft and to, just leave it all out there for ultimate glory. Let's get it. So, if you're wondering what I meant by that, it means that I have brought together Blake, Josh, and John, all four of us here on this particular episode of the Apples and Junos Fantasy Hockey Podcast. We're going to be doing a points only draft for you guys today. Gentlemen, how are you feeling? Josh, let's start with you.
Feeling good. I was just saying before we hit record that I don't think I've ever done a points only draft in my entire life. So this should be interesting.
All right. How about you, Blake? How are we feeling?
Feeling good. Get ready to live, Josh. Oh my God. This is party time right here. Boys, special shirt today. Boone Jenner. Oh yeah. I mean, you might as well give me the money now. All right. It feels it.
All right. And Banksy, what's going on?
I know exactly what you mean, Blake. I'm rocking the USA sweater because it's Team USA versus the three of you. So had to come in and represent for me and my 5-0 Eagles. It's been a good day, man. Finally got a day off. Finally got to quit the side gig of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning for work. So I'm stoked to be here. I also don't ever remember doing. I might have thrown in a mock for points only and not even realized it, but yeah, this is gonna be a new experience. I'm excited to be drafting at the turn with only the four of us drafting. Like this is a trip.
It's good times.
Yep. All right, so yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the format. We're about a minute out from the draft actually starting here. A little bit about the format. We have obviously points only, as has been mentioned, but it's just the four of us. There's nobody else in this draft. It's not like a 12-team league. We've assembled a bunch of other people. It's just the four of us. But we've got 4 centers, 4 left wing, 4 right wing, and 6 defensemen. So basically, your standard NHL squad on game day is what we're going with. We're not doing goalies. Get that garbage out of here. We're just doing skaters. So that's the plan for today. Now, Blake has drawn the first overall pick because he needs it the most. And then the rest, it doesn't really matter. So.
That's hurtful, Nate. That's very hurtful.
Savage.
But this man is going to take me to victory. All right. I think this will be the only time I get him out of all my 10 leagues.
You've only got Pasternak in 1 league?
We got a funny guy here. All right. What a comedian. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. All right. Starting now. Let's get to biz. All right.
There it is.
Oh boy.
He's on the clock.
We're taking McD. It feels good.
All right. And to nobody's surprise, I'm going to take Draisaitl here.
Yeah, so this is where it gets a little more interesting. I'm going to have to. I mean, there's an argument for a number of people here, but I'm going to have to go with Nate McKinnon. I think he's got the absolute most upside in terms of points only on the board as long as he stays healthy. So I'm going for it.
So I realized that looking at this intro list that Josh's pick was really going to decide my pick and a bunch of strategy for me later in the draft. So I'm going to go Austin Matthews, of course. I'm kind of relieved to have the choice taken away from me and not to have to worry about the health with McKinnon in this format. And I am going to do something a little bit crazy, I think. But
it's leaving us in suspense.
I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait.
He's not coming back to you, Binksy. He's not coming back to you.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to go the safe route and go with Mikko Rantanen.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go Nikita Kucherov next. Right wing is a position of scarcity, and I think he's going to pop this year.
Yeah, definitely don't mind that pick. I'm a little bit torn. There's a few different things that I think could be good here. Just in terms of separation, you can make an argument for a few different things here as I'm thinking through it. I really didn't think I was going to do this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take Kill Makar here.
Oh, buddy. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay.
Well, you know what? That leaves me with a really fun decision here. Yeah, I got a couple of my boys on the clock. This is amazing. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going with Matty Tkachuk.
Oof.
In there. Oof. And I think I got to take my boy, Jack Hughes. All right. 2 centers. Ooh. And that's looking nice. I mean, we're looking for points here. I feel good about that. But yeah, I was going to take Makar there, Nate, but dang.
Yeah. I mean, just looking through my projections, right? What I have him down for, I have Makar projected for 87. I have the next highest defenseman projected for 76. There's an 11-point gap between him and the next, and that's pretty much it. That was my entire line of thinking there.
Yeah, I molded over too, but I was really hoping it would come back to me and I could swing it. But
yeah. No. Well, here's where it gets a little bit more interesting for me. I have a couple different options. Hughes would have definitely been on the table for me, as would have Tkachuk. I think that I want to go ahead and lock up a right winger here, and I do have Marner projected for the most points.
You bastard.
Damn it. That was the other one I was going to go with. Oh.
That sucks. I'm going to have to explain this.
That. I got sniped with only 3 other people picking between me. That's nuts.
Now I have to explain to my 2-year-old daughter that I missed out on Marner again. She's going to be really sad. She watched me draft the other night and was like, "You're going to pick Mitch?" I was like, "Not in this format, baby. But maybe some other time." All right, I'm going to have to go. This is tough. There's a few guys here, but I'm going to go with a left winger, and it's going to be Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov. Boom.
Nice.
There we go.
Kaprizov was definitely in consideration for me, I will say.
He's going to be great this year. I'm excited about the player.
This queue is,
for sure.
Is crazy. Okay.
Yeah. All right. There's so many good players.
What are we looking at here? It's amazing.
It's a lot. It's a lot to look at for sure. Okay.
I'm most interested, to be honest. Like, we're still like kind of in like the first round of a normal draft, right? I'm more interested, honestly, when we get like past the elite tier and people have to start like making real decisions about who they believe in the most. That's the part that I think is where it gets really interesting. There's definitely like the elements of like just trying to not get left behind at a position or something like that come into play. But I just think it's going to be really interesting once we get into like the 80-point players rather than the 100-point players. That's where people are going to make some moves. All right, Binksy. So you got Pasternak going back to the well at right wing. And who are you thinking here?
Trying to shut it down before it's like the elite stuff is just completely gone. So I'm mulling over defense because that's going to be a necessity with just 6 total players for your roster. But there's so many like 100-point possible players here that I don't love doing that even now. So Marner was way top of the list for me. I wanted that stack. I wanted Makar to come back in that possible stack. I was hoping to get both. Both are gone. Both like surprisingly are gone. So I'm going to go with Jason Robertson because I just want a root and I need a left wing.
Yeah, boy. All right. All right. What do we do now? There's so many options. Gotta go with some 100-point upside. Oh, man.
He sounded so confident when he started.
Yeah, I was. And now I'm really second-guessing myself. I'm going to go with Sasha Barkov here. I know that he is a center, but I gotta just go for it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to hate on that pick, in my opinion. There's a few different names in my mind here. I'm mulling over. I'm mulling over. Do I go with the highest projected point total that I have on any single player, or do I want to think about the positional eligibility a little bit more and try to get ahead in that regard? And it's honestly pretty tough. I think that you can make the argument either way here. But I think I am going to go back to defense, surprisingly.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to swing for it. I'm going to swing for it with Erik Karlsson.
Ooh.
Bang.
Wow.
Good boy.
That's a surprise there. I thought you might go another way there, Nate. Okay. Yeah, I still think with 6D, we're gonna be able to get some boys here. I gotta lock up some right wing here. I gotta stay away from center as much as possible. I think the next guy on my list is gonna be Big Tage Thompson. I think I gotta pick him up right wing. So there we go. I like that. And I think I want to get in on the D train here. Giggity! So let's see what's up. Sorry, everybody, for my volume. All right. It's a problem. I understand. Thank you for your service. All right. Yeah, thank you. I that's fine. You know what I'm gonna do?
No,
he's gonna do it.
Boom.
Oh, he did it. I was kind of hoping to snipe you on that.
Quinn for the win.
Quinn Hughes.
All right, boys, there we go. It doesn't matter. All assists. Thank you, my man.
Yeah, Quinn Hughes was the other player that I was actually considering. I have Quinn Hughes for 0.8 more points in my projection than Karlsson, but I do think, like, obviously just based off what we saw with Karlsson last year, there's a chance that he goes nuclear again a little bit more. I think, like, we know what Hughes is. I don't think there's like a 90-point ceiling there for Hughes that there might be with Karlsson, so I baked that in a little bit for myself. This is tough. I was hoping that Tage Thompson was going to come back to me. That would have been ideal. I think I'm just going to go safe with this one, get some points that I feel really confident in, and go with Sidney Crosby.
Ooh, Sidney Crosby. All right.
Also stacks it with Karlsson.
Now, there's a lot of players that open up in a draft like this that I wouldn't typically pick. And this player is someone that falls under that category. So I'm going to go with Artemi Panarin. He just gets points, man. He just gets points, and that's the name of the game right here.
It's accurate.
Great pick.
Can't hate it.
Sniped. Hard snipe. Okay. Well, I'm going to get another.
Reeling already. We're in the fifth round.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I set up a queue thinking, man, these are a little bit out of bounds for ADP, but I'm like, I like it in the format, and then I couldn't make myself take my queue, and then they went off the board immediately. So now I got to trust the gut. I'm going to get a stack of Rope Hintz and Jason Robertson, and the 100-point possibility at center left wing with Pettersson.
Elias Pettersson, hey. Well, what am I going to do now? I'm going to take a defenseman because I don't want to get behind on defensemen. So I'm going to go Roman Josi, locking it in. I have him in more leagues than anyone else.
Interesting.
Might as well stay consistent.
That's right.
Gonna break an ankle first game of the season.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm considering a few different things here. I know whoever I pick, Blake is absolutely going to take the other guy. So I'm not considering that there's a chance I can get one of these guys to fall. It's really just about what I want to do positionally. I still think that I might have a bit of an advantage already established at the one position. So I think I'm just going to go get the guy that I think has the most projected points right now, and that's Mika Zibanejad.
Yep. That's where I was going to go. And I don't need any more centers, damn it. But, okay. I'm going to get some positional scarcity here. I'm going to go with Big Willie style, Willie Nylander. I think we're going to go there. I like the right wing. That's fine. And I want to get, just lock up the D here. Just another big points D, man. I'm loving Adam Fox. Let's go, baby.
Fox was the other one that I was considering for sure. Love that pick. I'm again stuck between a few different things. I'm really valuing. I don't even know if I can say this is really tough. I normally just speak so freely, but I'm a little bit worried that if I speak freely, that my picks are not going to come back to me here. I think that I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to take JT Miller here.
Oh my God.
And
I love this sniping.
The tri-positional eligibility here is really going to open up a lot of options for me later. So I think that that's actually a really smart pick in the format.
Fuck. That's exactly what I was going to do. Okay. All right. Let's change gears and go with, I'm going to have to go defenseman again. I'm going to go with Rasmus Dahlin.
Fuck. Well done, RD.
Oh, that's my 4Q in a row gone. So that hurts.
Excellent.
That hurts. That's
deep
man. That's a breaker. That's a breaker. Okay. I'm gonna take some reliability.
Yeah.
Left wing with Stamkos and left wing with Ovechkin.
Got to do it.
Ooh, lefties. Okay. Well, there's one guy that I know might come back around because Nate's ahead of me and he doesn't like this guy. And
oh, don't do this, John.
So maybe I'm gonna go ahead and snipe Nate here and take Kelvin Fiala for that right wing eligibility. Did I snipe you, Nate?
No, I was not going there.
Shit.
No.
I haven't. Yeah. Well, we have a lot of chances here, Josh. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the well at defense. I'm gonna take Dougie Hamilton. I was actually considering Hamilton at the Miller pick, so I'm pretty happy to have him back.
Love it. All right. You know what? I'm not worried about Nate sniping me here. Bang. All right, Timmy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the guy I was talking about.
But yeah. So I'm loving Timmy Stutes. That's nice. Let's see. Oh God. Where are we at here? I would like to maybe see the defenseman. What do I got? 46 seconds. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have some fun because it's for the glory. Let's go. Evan.
Oh
damn.
Let's get the biz.
Boosh.
Just taking all the guys that I didn't want. I really appreciate that, Blake.
Yeah, I'm just helping you out. I'm thinning out the crowd here, Nate. That's fine.
Yeah. No, I do appreciate that. There's still some options that I really like across the board here. I do have. There's the guys I feel really confident in, and then there's the guys that I feel like I should take, just based on how many points I think they're going to score. I think that we're still in the part of the draft where I want to be really sure that I'm locking down a nice floor. So I think I'm going to go over and grab myself some Kyle Connor at left wing.
Ooh,
are you Kyle Connor?
I'm going to go with the guy at the top of my list, and that is Braden Point.
Nice.
Get the Point Kucherov stack. I'm a big fan of that.
Another 50 goals in him this year, Josh, or what?
No. But he'll be he's still gonna probably get close to 90 points, so I'm pretty happy with that at this point.
All right, Binksy. What are we doing? The 9-10 turn here.
Well, I'm torn because I really want to take Brady here, but I am just loaded up with left wing possibilities. So I think now is the time that I'm going to go to defense, and I'm going to go with Miro Heiskanen.
Nice.
I thought you might do that last round, to be honest with you.
Yeah, boy. You got a lot of Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
Are you a fan?
I'm really loving that actually. I
just noticed that
excited.
myself. Something's going
be
on.
A good year.
Yep. Right.
I feel like I should go back to the well with defense and take Carlson here, but I'm just going to pause and give a quick look if something feels better to me than that. And no, I feel pretty good about it. I'm also going to take John Carlson and start my defensive core.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably where I would have gone next. So let's change gears and go with my boy Johnny Ham and Cheese, Johnny Gaudreau.
Johnny Ham and Cheese.
His name is John.
Write that
That's
down.
true. That's true. I'm sorry.
Write that down.
Oh dear. All right. So you go Gaudreau there. Definitely still have options. I don't feel forced into any position here, which is nice. I'd like to get some certainty if I could. I wouldn't mind going back to right wing here, get something to shore that up and not have to feel like I'm chasing that position. Yeah, I think the D tier got exhausted for me with Carlson coming off the board. I think that I might just have to take the cat in Alex DeBrincat.
Ooh. Dude, I've been getting this guy everywhere, Nate. I love Alex DeBrincat this year. I think he's getting overlooked.
Yeah, I mean, I have two minds about it. It's Detroit, and he might, like, the team might not be great, and he might not be great as a result of that. But it's also Alex DeBrincat, and he's pretty much only ever produced except for that one season where he shot like 3% or something and couldn't score a goal to save his life. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I didn't want to get shut out at right wing, so now I've got 3 right wing eligible players, and I feel pretty strong there. What are you going to do here on the turn, Blake?
I think it's time to get the brothers back together, get the band together. We're going Brady the Woodchuck Kachuk. I like that. And I think we got to have some fun here. I don't know. Do I got to do this? I think so. All right. I like this because he's dual eligible here. Bang.
Damn it.
Johnny Huberdeau. Get in my team. Thank you very much, my man.
Oh, man.
You gotta love it. You had to know that in a 4-man draft, there was going to be some snipes happening.
Constant snipes. I love that.
You love it.
Snipe City.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got a few options here. I know who I feel like I would pick in most spots, but also it's a guy that I picked like absolutely everywhere this year, and I don't know how much I really want to be tied to him. But I also think that in this range, he's the player that has the biggest potential to absolutely bust out. And so I'm going to take Matt Boldy here and potentially be done at right wing if I so decide.
That's a great pick.
My right wingers, no.
Binksy's rattled the pen. Oh, my God. Binksy, come on.
I'm going to go right wing as well, and I'm going to go Clayton Keller.
Oh.
Damn it.
Oh. Binksy's on tilt.
This is cinema.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Absolute.
God, I wish I was acting, guys. I wish I was acting.
All right, Binksy.
Four right wingers, all gone. I was like, any two is great. Any two, and I'm totally set. So, God, I am on tilt. Now I just want to take Alex Tuck because he's right wing, and I'm really torn. Okay, I'm gonna go with Cole Caulfield because I feel like the upside is higher points, and I'm going to go back to the right wing with Line because I need one, and I think the point side is high there as well.
Yeah.
So I did go on tilt. Those were not the two that I wanted, but good Lord, if the strategy just doesn't sync up.
Well, then, I think I'm going to have to go back to defense here, and I'm going to go Victor Hedman.
Nice.
Right.
Because I'm just feeling like a bounce back is coming here.
He's due.
All right. Yeah, I don't mind that there. I think that you're looking at a pretty even split again. Like I have Sergachev for 61 and Hedman for 58, but that's with Sergachev ahead in power play time. So if it flips back the other way, then if that's your take, then I can definitely see Hedman. Like I would say Hedman is the more naturally talented offensive player. But it's just about the deployment, whether he's going to get that top power play. The top power play in Tampa is fantastic. So whoever is there is going to be pretty valuable. I think we're in the midst of a bit of a tier at some of the other positions. And so I think I'm going to go defense as well. But I have a couple different options that I like. I think I'm going to go with Sergachev here because it is my take that he's going to get the power play more often than not.
Wow. Back to back, Hedman Sergachev. I love.
We will see who's right there, I guess.
Sweet. Oh God, I've got some guys on my queue that are higher, but first off, Laine. I love Laine this year. I think he's represents an extreme value this season. Like his ADPs are stupidly high, and I think he's gonna have a big season. So I really like that pick there, Bakesy. I think he'll be happy with what you have. Damn it. All right, let's see. Do I do it? Oh. You know what? No, I'm going to just stay safe here because I want to win. Sebastian Aho, let's pick him up. All right, going to be some points there. I like that. Yeah, all right, let's just do it. You know what? Sam, the man Reinhart. I love Sam Reinhart this year. He's him and Patrick Laine are guys I'm targeting this year in a lot of drafts because of their really high ADP.
This is so weird because like I'm trying to do analysis, but it's really just like I think this guy's going to get a lot of points.
Yeah.
Points. That's all you can say.
It is pretty much all you can say. Oh man, this is where it gets interesting for me personally. There's not much left in terms of like the point per game types that I have here. I think that at this point I might just I'm gonna stick with old reliable. I'm gonna take Brad Marchand, the newest captain of the Boston Bruins.
Rat.
That's really, really nice. I think there's a few guys that are still definitely point per game, like have the possibility of being point per game, but I think I'm gonna go with the guy in the best power play in the league, and that's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. There obviously huge regression coming, but not enough to be bad at this point in the draft.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, maybe not. There's still that he's in the wheelhouse. Like that power play could repeat potentially. So 53 points. What the hell?
Yeah, man.
Well,
all right.
I am gonna fire up some stability with John Tavares.
Nice.
And Dylan Larkin, and hope that I'm not upset with myself with the defensemen that come back to me. But I feel like you guys are pretty well loaded with core defensemen now, and it's going to be spottier. So I'm hopeful anyway.
Okay. This is an interesting spot. This is a very interesting spot. I think I'm just going to do it because someone's going to. And I think I'm going to swing for the fences and go Connor Bedard.
Nice.
For my last center. And just hope for the best.
Don't mind that at all. As a swing, definitely has some of the highest upside left on the board. This was a guy that I thought might come back to me and was the guy I was debating with Marchand. I'm going to take Zach Werenski here. I think he has 65 point upside.
I don't like
he's
that.
Absolutely locked in at power play one quarterback, and I think we're getting to the end of those guys. So feel good about that.
That show ain't no good. All right. Yeah. Right, that's what I was looking at. I want to get Werenski here. Okay. I'm going to take my time with this pick because I'm going to win.
Blake's deep in the tank on this one. Absolute snipe.
This isn't cool. Okay. You know what? Yes. Okay. We're doing this. Nate's favorite player. Jack Eichel. Okay. We're getting in there. Oh God, I gotta pick up some D giggity. Oh, what are we gonna do? All right. Let's go. Let's go with the Noah Dobson. All right.
Oh, Noah Dobson,
right.
eh?
Let's see. We gotta get some D going here. Power play should be better.
Fair enough. All right. I think that I'm just going to take the most projected points left on my board, and that's going to be Mr. Evgeny Malkin.
Nice.
Also stacks up with Carlson and Crosby.
Ooh.
I'm like taking all of these guys that I think are going to regress so hard negatively. But I mean, not hard enough. It doesn't feel good. I'm not taking these guys anywhere else. But at this point, I think I'm going to go Josh Morrissey on D here. I still think he's got 60 points in him, and I think that's good for your fourth D.
Absolutely. I'm going to learn on D as well.
Smash that one.
And Chris Letang, that's a good call. He was another one in consideration. All right. So, oh boy, this is tough. I think I'm gonna go with Charlie McAvoy because I think he is pretty well locked in on power play 1. Obviously, Hampus Lindholm's there, but I still feel pretty good about McAvoy.
All right. Josh going off the board there. Love to see it. And I got 2 more forwards and 1 more defenseman to pick. I can pick pretty much any forward I want. I have enough mobility within the forward group to make whatever I want to happen. There's not, like, if I'm being honest, there's not anyone who's just like popping off the page at me like I gotta have this guy. I think that in the end, I think I'm just going to play it safe once again and grab Mark Scheifele.
Alrighty. Hi, Mark. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Damn.
That was the saddest hi, Mark, you've done so far this year.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Sorry, it's one of the worst movies of all time. All right. Let's God. You know what? Okay, let's get some more D going here. I got to get Chikrin in here. And I think I got to just go by my projections. And I've talked some Yang on this man, but I got to do it. Oh, no, that's not letting me for some reason. God, left wing. Yeah, there we go. Pavel Buchnevich.
All right.
There we go. Point per game player. Love it. All right, it's happening.
Yeah, so I feel like at this point, there's a lot of players left at forward that I feel good about. I'm just remembering that the player that I was thinking about taking here had some like injury in preseason. So now I'm desperately with 30 seconds on the clock trying to figure out if he has something ongoing. Full participant in practice today. You love to see it. I'm going with Vince Dunn here.
Ooh, okay. I like that pick. So I got a right winger left. I got a defenseman left. And this is tough because of, I mean, the player that I would pick here at right wing is Alex Tuck. But we've got this whole controversy with Zach Benson. But I'm going to bank on Benson just getting the 9-game trial. And Tuck slotting right back into the top line. Am I going to do that? Yes, I am. There we go. Alex Tuck.
With confidence.
Round out my right wingers.
Tons of confidence right there.
I am going to finish up my defenseman, and I'm going to go, because of positional availability and opportunity, because I imagine the margin is going to be pretty tight in this league.
Ooh.
The Klingon.
The Klingon.
Your
All
son
right.
Rip is on line toot.
I think with my last pick, because I have seen that this guy is getting some power play opportunity in the preseason. I'm going to go with Shea Theodore with my last defense pick. Maybe this is finally the year that he's going to get full power play 1 opportunity.
No. It's Petrangelo. No.
All right. I got one more pick here to make. There's not really any strategy left as it's my last pick, so I can be a little bit open and honest. I'm between Gensel and Nico Hischier here. Actually, no, I can't take Hischier. He's center only. Well, that just cleared
Easy
things up for me,
decision
didn't
you.
it?
There you
go. I believe that I will go ahead and take Jake Gensel. All signs appear to be that he's going to be back sooner rather than later, and I do think that he's gonna. I'm just double checking now because I don't want to think about somebody else after the fact and be kicking myself. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gensel if I can find him on the list. Might have to type him in. I have 5 seconds. This is fine. We're good.
Oh my God.
Wait,
wow.
What happened?
There you go. Well, what happened is you chose Timo Meyer. It's Timo time. Well done, Nate.
His
fingers are very fat. It's weird. He's a very
Your fingers are too fat to operate this computer.
To obtain a special dialing one, mash the keypad now. All right, I got to pick a D here. I really want to take Michael Matheson because I don't have him anywhere, but I can't justify that. I'm going to have to take Drew Doughty. Let's go.
All right.
Nate, I actually thought you were trolling us there by saying you were taking Gensel, then you took Timo.
No, I actually don't know what happened there. I tried to click Gensel, and it gave me Timo Meyer. It gave me an error like my positional eligibility was out of whack, but I thought I had left wing open, so I don't know what happened there. I guess I got Timo Meyer instead of Gensel. All right. Well, we should review our teams. I'll go first, and you guys can think about what you want to say about your second, third, and fourth place teams, respectively. But the winning team here is Sidney Crosby, Mika Zibanejad, Evgeny Malkin, and Mark Scheifele at center. Left wing is going to be Draisaitl, Kyle Connor, Brad Marchand, Timo Meyer. Right wing, Mitch Marner, JT Miller, Alex DeBrincat, Matt Boldy. Defense, Cale Makar, Erik Karlsson, Dougie Hamilton, Mikhail Sergachev, Zach Werenski, and Vince Dunn. I did consciously opt for safety in this draft because I think that I think you're more likely to lose this draft by swinging too hard than you are to win it by hitting on the right players in this kind of format. Season long, no chances to make ads or anything like that. So I did add some upside along the way. I'm really high on Boldy and his potential to break out to even another level. Obviously, Sergachev, if he's back on power play 1, could exceed a lot of people's base projections, but I did opt for some pretty boring players a lot of the time with like the Crosbys, the Malkins, Zibanejad, Marchand. A lot of those guys, I did consciously focus on D because I did think that there was a lot of value in the safety of getting guys who are like completely locked in power play 1 guys. Sergachev being the only exception there, but the upside being so high that I felt it was worth the risk. So that was pretty much my strategy insofar as it went. I don't know if it was the correct strategy because this is a new format and it was just kind of what came to me, but that's what I went with. Who wants to jump in with how they thought their draft went?
I can go. Yeah, no, this is a fun format, and this is so simple, but yeah, as we saw as we're going here, like it becomes less simple, right? And I definitely went with your strategy too there, Nate. I tried to play it safe, as safe as possible. There's people that I'm really confident in. I didn't take a lot of swings here, like even though I wanted to. Like there's a bunch of players that I'd rather have in some spots, but that said, I got McDavid, Hughes, Aho, and Jack Eichel for center. That's pretty darn nice. Then I got Matty Tkachuk, Timmy Stutz, Brady Tkachuk, and Pavel Buchnevich on left wing. Lovely. All right, my right wingers, Big Tage Thompson, Big Willie Style, Nylander, Jonathan Huberdeau, and Sam Reinhart. And then I'm really loving D here, actually. Giggity. I have to keep doing it. Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox, Evan Bouchard, Noah Dobson, and Jacob Chikrin, and Drew Doughty. And one of the things I always try and do when I'm drafting is it sounds simple, but like I want people on power play 1, like you said, Nate, like people that are locked down on power play 1. And I feel like my whole team, besides Jacob Chikrin, they're all power play 1. They're good to go. So I feel good about that. That always makes me feel good about my draft. There's no questions. Like these guys are locked down. So yeah, that feels pretty good.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. I'll go next. So I've got. I mean, I took a swing for the fences. I'll say it, but I really
Somebody had to.
Like I had to. I had to go Connor Bedard at some point. But I feel like I played it pretty safe otherwise. So I got Nathan McKinnon, Sasha Barkov, Braden Point, Connor Bedard at center, Kaprizov, Panarin, Gaudreau, Nugent Hopkins at left wing. I went hard. No periffs with my left wingers.
Dancing boys.
Kucherov, Fiala, Keller, and Tuck with my right wing. And then on D, I had got Roman Yossi, Rasmus Dahlin, Victor Hedman, Josh Morrissey, Charlie McAvoy, and Shea Theodore. I feel pretty good about it. I think there is a little bit of risk there on D. There's a few guys that don't have PP1 locked in, but I still feel pretty good about this draft.
His voice got high at the end there. I don't know about that, Josh. Why your voice get high? I don't know.
All right, Banksy, take us home.
So my queue was vastly different than the common ADP or even looking at like fantasy points per game. And I couldn't make myself dive into it early enough. When I looked at the format, my thought process, my first thought was, do I just go 6 defensemen and take the top 6 for me and try and get the betterment of the league that way? But my real thought process was whatever Josh starts with between Matthews and McKinnon, I'll take the other one and then just take the stack on that, right? Like if it's smarter, if it's Moose, right? And I couldn't muster doing it versus the ADP. Like I was so brainwashed by the list of players and that I didn't really dive into it. So I've kind of banked left a little bit after those initial picks, and then I decided, well, I'm just going to take the absolute like consistent floor for these players every time. I'm not going to be scared of center and left wing because I started with Rantanen and Pasternak. And I decided, well, I'm just going to go through these players and try and get point per game or better until I feel like it's absolutely necessary that I start taking defensemen. And I feel really good about it. Centers, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Rupe Hintz, and Dylan Larkin. I feel like those are all point per game or better players. At left wing, Robertson, Pedersen, Ovechkin, Stamkos. I feel like those are all point per game or better players. And then a right wing, Pasternak, Rantanen, Caulfield, and Line. It gets a little iffier towards the back of the right wings, but again, I feel like both of those players are possibly point per game players. And as long as I waited for defensemen, I still feel like this is a very solid floor, and I'm hopeful that it will carry me through success if it's just consistent enough with Heiskanen, John Carlson, Burns, Letang, Petrangelo, and then the very last pick of the draft for me, Klingberg, because I feel like it's an excellent power play quarterback opportunity. And if I'm right, then I will do very well at defense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Like, realistically, I think the biggest difference among all of our strategies was I definitely prioritized D early and often, and then you guys, like 3 of your last 4 picks, each of you, in Bakesy's case, all of his last 4 picks were defensemen. So that'll be an interesting thing to track. If I'm right in my guess that having locked in power play 1 defenseman actually will mean something, then hopefully that's my little bit of an edge in what will inevitably be a really tight race all through the season because we're only drafting like the elite level players here. But I think that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. I like for myself, just looking back, I think I actually kind of regret like the JT Miller pick a little bit. It wasn't like egregious, but I did not end up really needing his eligibility. I just used him as a right winger, and there were other guys who would have been fine as that right winger later on. So I don't know. That was one that maybe I'd take back in hindsight, but yeah, overall, I feel pretty confident. I think it's gonna hinge in the end on my Pittsburgh stack. I got Carlson and Crosby and Malkin, so that's gonna be a big thing for me to watch. I think on Blake's side, you've got the Bouchard and Dobson and Chikrin swings and how high those guys can go will probably go a long way to determining what your team is. Really liked like the Aho and Eichel, those kind of picks, really solid floor late. Really like those picks. I didn't notice actually that Huberdeau was right wing because I was working off my sheet on the side and like flipping back and forth and doing all that. So that's a nice pickup there, especially if he has a big time bounce back this year, as many are projecting. For Josh, yeah, I think it's the heights of the Connor Bedard. If Keller can repeat or even improve on last year, you've got the Gaudreau thing going on there. I like Columbus this year, so if that goes on to another level this year, I really think that power play could be a different level this year with everybody healthy. If they can all stay healthy all year long, that could be pretty interesting to track. And then for Banksy, yeah, he was the one who went the hardest 8 straight forward picks. So that'll be pretty interesting too, just to see how 8 straight forwards rack up points versus the value over replacement with the defensemen that we all took to some degree, varying degrees earlier on. So I think it's a pretty interesting draft, and yeah, I'm sure everybody heard how much we were sniping each other throughout all this. So
brutal,
brutal. Nate, yeah, how much do we owe you for your analysis, Nate? Because that's excellent analysis. Oh my God, I'm thinking about doubling my Patreon subscription. Absolutely, there's money in the bank. Yeah, it's money well spent.
Well, as a beautiful segue, thank you for that, Blake. If you are listening to this and you have not heard of the Apples and Judas Patreon, you should definitely go check that out. If you want someone to analyze your team, that's an option within one of the Patreon tiers. I do offer advice. I'll answer all your questions in the patrons only channels in the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, that's absolutely free. You can click that link in the show description, join up with, what are we at, 800 plus other fantasy hockey managers all talking about fantasy hockey every single day. So you can join us in there and ask a bunch of people who know a lot about fantasy hockey what they think about your team or about this move or that move that you're considering. Definitely get yourself in there at the very least. And while you're here, it would be awesome if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could like the video and subscribe. That'd be awesome for us. Our YouTube subscriptions have really been going up, and that's awesome to see. We're trying to hit 500 before the new year. So if we can do that with your help, that would be awesome. So please do that. If you're listening on podcast, if you can throw a rating and or review on it, that helps us out a lot. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully it brought you some value, helped you get a little bit better at fantasy hockey today. Many thanks to the band They're There for supplying the music for the podcast. Be sure to check out their Spotify as well. And that's it, folks. Much love.